Okay, good morning, folks. Just Tuesday morning, 23rd of May. First of all, let me start off by paying my respects to the tragic events in Manchester. Latest count says there's been 22 fatal casualties, 59 injured in a bomb blast in Manchester, England, which is truly devastating. And so my respects and condolences go out there. Pound had a bit of a wobble on the back of it. In fact, it's still continuing to have a wobble. We're also seeing some terror alerts going on in London at the moment. Some of the mainline stations have been closed as well, which is having a negative effect on the British pound this morning. Which is it is what it is. I don't like to comment too much on that, but as it is at the moment, the pound is under pressure. When it all did come out last night, then the yen started to see some safe haven flows as well, but that didn't last too long. Right, we just had some PMI numbers out in France. These were we've got a lot of data coming out in Europe today. But the PMI in France is not such a big thing. We're really looking for the German flash PMI coming out, and the IFO business climate coming out at 9 a.m., which is about an hour from now. So we've got French and German PMI. German PMIs tend to be more important, and then of course we've got the UK inflation report out later at the moment. So what we're saying at the moment is continued strength really of the euro. Just pull this down to the 1 hour. Seeing continued strength of the euro. The Aussie is looking reasonably strong at the moment, and the British pound is the weakest currency. So Aussie is holding its own at the moment. Well, let's just scan around a few of the pairs, starting off as usual with the dollar index. Dollar index. Okay, we're languishing around the just put that to the 1 day. So we're still in the in this trading zone that I have been penciled in for the last couple of weeks or so. At the lower end of it at the moment. Bias still for me is to be selling into any pullbacks in here at the moment. The initial level of resistance to the upside, I fear, will be coming in. Excuse me. There we are. Sorry about that. My first level of resistance will be coming in. This is a level of support earlier. Now it's a level of resistance. We did actually almost pierce it in yesterday morning. Didn't actually quite get up there at the moment. But anything above the 97.30 to 97.50 area is a level that could hold it in the dollar. So that's certainly going to be on my mind when I'm looking at playing the dollar. The play for me in the US dollar is really the dollar CAD. So if we can look at some dollar CAD trades here, this is CAD is one of the strongest currencies out there at the moment. Of course, it's following the back of oil prices, slightly lower today oil prices, but of course we've got the OPEC decision on Thursday. Pretty wide consensus that the cut is going to be extended out for another further 9 months, and literally the Iraqis are sort of agreeing to that as well, which is putting a bid under the oil prices. Now it's all a matter of, is this going to be buy the rumor, sell the fact? Are you going to see a fallback in oil prices once this happens? But at the moment you can't stand in front of that trend. You've got to go with what's going on at the moment, and CAD is one of the stronger currencies. So I'm liking shorting the dollar CAD. If you remember from yesterday, we took this level from the previous high back up at 36.70. So this is the high from last week to the low, which basically gave us a consolidation area. This is the 135.75 area. So this is the range we were trading in, and so if you look here, this is the trading range consolidation area that we were looking at. So I took out the 1618 extension level, and basically it held exactly at the 1618 extension level. Moving back to the 1 hour. Okay, and we've been treating this 1618 extension level as support, previous support, pierced through it, back down a bit of support, and now we did break through and then back up to resistance level. So this 1618 extension level that I've had drawn in for a while is now acting as the level of resistance. Now if we get back up into this level, I still think the potential is it for to roll back over. It's not too far away now. It's only 25 pips away, which is about 280 hours away on the 1 hour. So I'll look to sell the dollar against the CAD on any of my pullbacks today. Now, of course, we've had a day since the Asian Open, Asian session. It's been a gradual grinding lower. This bullish candle didn't take us up anywhere close, but if we do get back up there, 25 pips away, I'm looking for a rollover. And then, of course, you've got to target the 3450 level. If you drill back out to the 1 day, in fact, the 3450 level takes you in around here, which is this high here, 3452. So I should really put that in there for my own visual aid. So this is your initial support here. So that's the target here. Gives you a 60 pip take profit target if you're selling around the 35.10 gives you a 60 pip take profit target. That's your first target. Second target could possibly be the 2618 extension as well, which takes you back down to the low 134, so 134.10 area. So target 134.50, and now moving back to a support to your stop of 30 pips, so above the highs from yesterday would be where I'll be placing the stop. So I'm getting a 2-to-1 risk reward ratio if I'm able to lose some dollar CAD at 35.10, and as we're talking now, it's just putting on a bit of a bid as we're online live, so this could be just bear with me a second. While we're on, I mean, I don't normally do pending orders, but I don't mind doing a pending order for while I'm on stream, while I'm watching it. I just need to work out what my stop will be. I might as well show you what I'm doing here at the moment. Then this is what I use for my. I showed you this yesterday. So this is my calculator. So I'm just putting in a 30 pip stop. I'm making sure that the dollar CAD is about the right level, 35.12. That's about right. 30 pip stop for 0.5% risk means I can do 0.63 of a lot on that trade for my risk, which is what I'll do. So I'll put a pending order in there. Sell limit 1.3512. I'll come back to that later and see if that gets ordered. If that gets placed, then I'll place the stop in. Might even trade while we're on. Okay, so that's the dollar CAD. Just placing that, and now once we finish the stream, I'll put a trade idea up as well. Just so that you can hold me account. So that's what we're doing on the dollar CAD. Let's look at the current trades I'm in. Oh, no, actually, while we're on the dollar, let's have a look at the euro dollar. Now, euro dollar, we're coming back into, as we speak, coming back into the sell zone, into the buy zone that I've had penciled in for a while now. Coming back into this previous level of resistance. Looking for a level of support and continuation of that. Now, obviously, with the raft of euro data coming out at the moment, You could see this blip through here at the moment. It's going to have a reasonable stop on here if we do get this trade away. But buying euro dollar into the 112 handle, anything between 112 even and 112.15 could work. This is the 1 hour chart, so we're still we're trading 112.46 at the moment, so we've still got ways to go. In fact, it's moving up against me at the moment, but I wouldn't be too fastest fingers first on getting along euro dollar at the moment. I want to see some pullbacks. I think that's a recent decent pullback on here. We're seeing we're seeing some good strength in the euro at the moment, and it's possibly getting ahead of itself. It definitely needs a correction. And I'm also wary when I'm trading the euro dollar because of the big. Because it's the most widely traded currency, there's a lot of people on this trade. A lot of people long the euro dollar, so the snapbacks in here could be more considerable. Screen might just go blank for a sec. Excuse me. Okay, no, there it is. Hi Jenny, morning. Hedging. So that is the euro dollar. Looking to that's my buy zone in euro dollar. My trade's open at the moment. As you know, I am short pound yen. Let's pull up this little one. So pound yen. Okay, we've had a blip up. It was looking nice a moment ago. It's coming back in now. I'm still short here. Still happy to be short. Short in at the 144.60. Had I not been short, which might be more relevant to you guys in the room, had I not been short, we're now back into a sell zone for me. Now, obviously, this is pushing on at the moment. The pound's pushing up at the moment. I think this is what you're seeing at the moment. Look at this. This is taking something's going on. What's going on? Let's check and see what's going on here. No, I'm just saying Kuwait oil minister has agreed 9-month output extension. I can't see any news, which is why I'm getting all the pound all excited. Just going back to the strength meter. See if it is the pound, unless it's anything else. So just drilling that down to the 15. Yeah, it's just the pound. The pound's got a little bit of a horn on. So pound yen. If you're not in the trade, I mean, I can't see why we've had this big move up. We put on 60 pips, 70, 80 pips in the last hour. Unless someone can tell me why, unless I'm missing something. Victoria Station, yeah, we've seen that, but that's not necessarily good news. It's also been out for a while. But since we've opened, the pound's put a bit on. Anyway, so this may be giving you a selling opportunity. We are still in an established downtrend. 3 days now of lower highs and lower lows. This is straight back into this sell zone at the moment. So I'm not forcing you to take a trade on this, but unless I can see something that's giving me reason to confirm this, this to me is just a blip that we could be selling into. Now I'm short this anyway, so I'm quite happy to sit there on the short. My stop's way above. My stop level is basically back up at 145.60 area. So I've got a big stop on here. It's a longer term trade. Playing this to the downside as pound comes under pressure. Opinion polls over the weekend that showed some narrowing. Of course, I think it's still it give me that Theresa May and the Conservatives will still win, depending how much they'll win by. And of course, then you had the Brexit wobble as well with Minister Davis threatening to pull out of the Brexit negotiations if they don't budge on the European demand for 100 billion exit bill. So the pound's still under pressure at the moment. So I think this really I can't You could almost well, take this trade now if you haven't done already. Okay, so that's the euro. That's the pound yen. Let's have a look at my other trade. Is the euro yen. I should think I'm going to have been stopped out on here at the moment. Euro yen. This is a trade from yesterday's trade idea. Well, there you go. This is the euro yen. I mean, I looked at this a moment ago before I came online and said, okay, well, I'm stopped out there, as I was 2 pips away from being stopped out. My stop was at 53. The low was 56. I got the 3 pips of my stop, and we bounced 50 pips. So it doesn't always happen that way. You don't remember the ones that do, but I've missed my stop, which is good for me. But I've also got this should be blue. This is a new buy area. If we do get back down here, I still think this is the pair that you'd want to be getting long on. I almost prefer this than the euro dollar. I think buying euro yen is a decent trade. If you try to get that to the 4-hour, still nice 4-hour trending market to the upside. Decent pullback gets you into this blue area, which I've sort of highlighted there on the 1-hour. So this is very lucky for me not to get stopped out here. Count my lucky stars. Yeah, but I'm quite happy with that. So this was that was my loser for the day. I thought when I looked at the screens this morning and I saw that coming back down, I thought, okay, that one's gone. But I still liked the trade. I wasn't going to move my stop. I don't believe in moving stops to cost you more money. You move your stops up to lock in profits, certainly, but not to cost you more money. But if we do trade back down and I do get stopped out, then my level for re-entry would be back down at this structural level. If you look to the left of the chart, also a 38% pullback from the move from the lows up indeed. So that is the euro yen. Right, let's have a look at the other trade I have on at the moment, and I'm just going around my trades, but it's also also opportunities in here as well as the Euro Oz. And the Euro Oz, I have been into. Okay, so all my trades have turned around in the last hour, which is good for me. Euro Oz, I've been long here overnight from yesterday's trade idea. Was into negative a while back. Now obviously appears through on these, maybe on the French, couldn't have been on the French PMI. They were worse than expected. I'm not seeing any news out at the moment. It's just I suppose the market's reacting to the terror attack overnight. And so Euro Oz still a buy opportunity for me, buy potential for me into this blue zone. Which is only 20 pips to the downside. It's less than an ATR away. So if we get back down into 150, 150.05 area, that to me is still a buy. Now I've had this trade for a while. My target to the upside, take profit target on here, if you're not in the trade, is 151.07. So it's quite a big TP, take profit, and a reasonable size stop loss as well. So I've got a 68 pip stop loss and 120 pip take profit for the continuation of the euro against the Oz. Still an uptrending market. If you're not in it already, look to buy pullbacks to get into here and getting in at. I mean, even getting in around here, if you're not into, if you're not into it at the moment, even getting around here is not necessarily a bad trade. Better risk reward if you wait for a pullback, but Still like that one. Right, let's have a look at the euro pound. Now I've got a synthetic long euro pound anyway, but euro pound is still a favoured currency of mine at the moment. As I say, I'm synthetically long it. We got anyway, but I've also seen a trade idea coming out from Jason as well, and Jason's got the exact same, give or take 5 pips or so, idea that I've got in euro pound. I'm basically looking for euro pound long trade coming in around the 86.40 area. We'll look at the trade ideas in a moment. Now the 86.40 area, if you look here, this is the level of previous resistance and then a level of support. Okay, so the top of this area is 86.10. Just taken that up to the highs of the day. At the highs of the day at the time, we've just pierced through it a moment ago. A pullback, 50% retracement gives me a entry of 86.40, so it's about 20 pips away, so it's not too far away. It's about 2.5 ATRs on the 1 hour. Okay, so this is the level where I would re-enter. It's also a trend line. This is the blue trend line. Let me take that fib off for now, so you can see it clearly. It's also this trend line support coming in as well. So euro pound. Euro strong currency on the board, pound a weakening currency on the board. Direction for this is definitely still to be played from the upside. Okay, so I'm pretty liking that. If you look at this as the level of previous resistance to the low before where we began this momentum move to the upside, gives me an extension target of 87.60. So it's about 100 points from here to the upside. So there you are, 87.60 is a 168 extension. Let's just go back to the daily, and that basically takes you just ahead of the previous structural high. So that's quite a good target, I think, 87.60. With the stops below 85.50. So the stops, you can have the stops in here below this low here, 85.40, something like that, 85.25. Okay, that's the euro pound. Still like that to the upside. Targets up there at 87.60. Okay, just having a span out you. So you got by the basis of my thought process at the moment, still liking the euro. Short on pound. Euro pound is the preferred trade. We are liking the Canadian dollar against the US dollar, and short Aussie against the euro as well. But it's actually coming back down at the moment. So it's been a period of it's had a period of strength over the last couple of trading sessions, but it's dipping back down there at the moment. Let's have a quick span back at the dollar CAD. Didn't get my trade off there, so it's still sitting there at 35.10. Are you still in, Dr. Yes, you're Oz, still in that. Dr. Pippa. So the Euro Oz, as I've mentioned, moving up nicely for me there. So I'm having a good day on that, still playing the Euro strength against some weaker currencies, and that's the way you should be looking at it yourself. Short at 144.40, Jen, that's good stuff, pound yen. So are we, I'm short at 44.60, you're short at 44.40, which is basically into my sell zone here, Jenny. So you're on the same line of thinking as me there. The yen's lost strength over the last 30 minutes, yep. Pleased to see we're all talking strength over weakness now. Don't think we were all doing this 6 months ago, but it's you've all seen the light, or you're beginning to see the light in the Forex markets. That's why we trade the Forex markets. I mean, I was listening to an analyst at about 6 o'clock this morning on Bloomberg. He wasn't talking about strength meters, but he was talking about strength over one currency and over the other currency. And I think he was looking at I think he was looking at euro yen as over euro dollar as well, and he was talking about that. I mean, he was talking about, inadvertently, he was talking about buying strength over weakness, and these are the top bank analysts, and that's basically what we should be doing all the time: strength over weakness, and not looking at the currency pair in isolation of the other currency pairs, but looking at them as the currencies individually against the other basket. Okay, that I'm not going to just go around the charts unless someone wants me to look at anything in particular. Let's have a look at some trade ideas. Okay, let's just go over to Jason's actually. Jason's is 3 hours ago. It's the Euro Oz as well. What are you doing in Euro Oz? Okay, well he's on the other side of the trade for me then on the Euro Oz. I am long Euro Oz. This is a sell short the market. Aussie strength may be coming into play on both Euro Oz and Pound Oz. Here are some support levels becoming broken. Trade safely, a nice greater than risk reward. Reward nice to play. Yep, better than 1-to-1 we like. Okay, and got a 60 pip stop. Sorry, 60 pip take profit with a 40 pip take 30 pip stop loss. So that's good. Well, we know it's good because it's Jason. There's some great ideas, Jason. I should follow them myself actually. What are we doing here? Long Aussie dollar on a very flashy trading view. Buying the breakout above the weekly pivot, monthly is targeting 107.60. Targeting 76. Targeting risk reward 1. Okay. Targeting 76. Entry 75, 100 points, 1-to-1. Aussie against the US. Okay, yeah. Seeing a bit of, as Jason was saying, seeing a bit of Aussie strength coming into the market, apart from the last hour or so. But yep, Aussie strength is it's been a currency that's been doing okay. Obviously, we've had some sell-off over the last couple of weeks. Commodity prices under severe pressure. RBA now talking about concerns over global commodity prices. But copper's holding up, iron ore's holding up. Aussie's doing okay, I guess. So he's got the fundamentals there as well. Euro pound short. Well, look at this one then, shall we? Because it's not the way I am, but I mean, just when I see this and you want a short here, it just sort of gives me like a cause for concern. Selling at the peak here. Short before news event. Hope guys get some pips on always. I don't use stop losses. I don't use stop losses, and my take profits are changing constantly depending on the currency events and country changes, many factors and news. Okay, more of a fundamental trader. Okay. So thanks for that, Mario. I do use stops. There's two schools of thought, of course. Yeah, I'm not sure. It says short. Yeah, I think maybe just made a mistake on that. Sorry, Jenny, I'm just looking at your chat there. And what are we doing on the Euro Swiss? Sort of like moving together. Euro Swiss short. So it's here we go. Be aware it's too early to truly know where this pair will go. Don't get trapped. Be smart and be patient. Well, that's always good advice. And always don't. As always, I don't use stop losses, and my take profits change over depending on market conditions. Good luck. Got to be very. I'm not knocking at Mario's thought process there. I would just say you've got to be very disciplined and know your psychological makeup by not using stop losses. Unless you have very strict self-control and discipline, that can, and I don't, in terms of, I need to have that in so I can relax and not worry about it. The last thing I want to be doing is sitting here concerned about it. I've established my risk the moment I put the trade on. I'm happy with that risk, so I forget about it. If I'm in a place where I don't know where my risk is, I get it just affects my emotions. So I don't use it. But there are two schools. I know lots of traders that don't use stops and they can control it. I just don't have that personal ability. And one of the biggest things about trading, get on my soapbox here again for some education or mentoring, because that's beside my name. One of the biggest things about trading is knowing your own psychological makeup. You've got to know what affects you the most. That's I know me shooting for 10 to 1 risk reward. It's not good for me. I don't like seeing 8-9 trades on the losing before I get that winner. I start getting agitated. I don't like trying to pick tops of markets or bottoms of markets. It's just not the way I feel comfortable. So I avoid the emotional situations that I have less control over. So trading is all about knowing your own Trump candle. I like that. Trading is all about knowing your own emotions. Trump candle. I'm not sure where that's come from, but okay, the Trump candle. Yeah, well done. That's my nickname of the Trump candle. And Jason has also got a long euro pound. We've discussed that one on the room. So long euro pound, same as me. I'm short pound yen and I'm long euro yen, so I'm synthetically long euro pound. But we like the same direction of this target 87. Actually, I didn't look at his targets before, but his targets are targets are up there with me as well. So we've got the same agreement there. Pending buy order. Yeah, we've not got that trade away at the moment. Euro strength and weakness, move to pound. Trade at your own risk. Enjoy. Right, I'll jump off stream now. You know my line of attack. Pound yen's made it all the way back up to my entry. Still playing this to the downside. If I get stopped out back up here, then you know you're wrong. So I'm okay with that. Right, I'll leave it there just to see if I got that trade off before we go. I'll put that trade idea now out on the in the trade ideas, and it looks as though it's gonna. Looks like it's taken off without me, unfortunately. Missed the entry by 5 or 6 pips or so. Happens, but you know, just keep on going. That's all right, Jenny. I won't worry, and I'm not worrying about the pound yen either. Okay, I'll be back on in about 4 hours' time for lunchtime update. And again, of course, this evening for the London market wrap. So you're now blessed with 3 streams, a minimum of 3 streams from me a day. If you can't make them, you can always play them back on the site here. You know how to do that, of course. You just go to the catch up, so you can see the next streams coming up. There's a few new people in the room as well, which is why I'm covering this on periodically. The next stream up today is my time, 1 o'clock, which is basically 4 hours from now. Then I'm in for the London wrap. Jason's on tonight. Tony's off this week. If you want to look back on any of the past streams, just go to this little tab above here. Maybe we should label that, and you can look here and recap on the last streams that's been put out. Okay, and if you want to be reminded about the stream that's coming up, just hit remind me now, and then of course you'll get a 15-minute email before we come online. Okay, I'll leave it there. Let's hope there's no more confirmed casualties out of Manchester, and there's no knock-on effect in other cities around the UK and of course the world. Mindless, but it's the world we live in, unfortunately. Can't stop living your lives, just got to carry on with it, and just pray and hope that it doesn't happen to you and your families. Okay guys, I'll be back on in 4 hours time. Trade safe and put things into perspective.